Today we are going to learn how to solve for the area of a circle. Area of circles, we have one formula. That formula is A equals pi r squared. So that's what formula we will be plugging in every time. And do not forget that pi equals 3.14. Also, something we may have forgotten is that area is always labeled in squared units. So unit, something you're measuring by, inches, yard, feet, centimeters, millimeters, meters. All of those labels are going to be squared. And we will show you how to do that in a second. Our first problem is to find the area of the circle. So first we want to look and we want to notice that this line is going from the center of the circle to the edge of the circle. That means that this is our radius. So we want to label in our circle r equals. That's our radius. Our formula for area, as we said, is A equals pi r squared. So now we have these three steps that we need you to complete every time. You're going to write the formula, you're going to plug in. So let's plug in. Do I know my A? No, so I'm going to write it down. Do I know pi? Yes, pi is 3.14. Do I know r, my radius? Yes, it's over here. Radius equals 8, and then it has a squared. Notice that that squared is only on top of the r. So it's 8 squared, not the whole thing squared, not pi squared, just r squared, 8 squared. So then we're going to solve. PEMDAS tells us that before multiplying we have parentheses and we have exponents. So we are to solve our exponents first. 8 squared is 8 times 8, not 8 times 2. So 8 squared is 64. So I'm going to rewrite what I have, and instead of the 8 squared, I'm going to insert 64. And then we solve. We have 3.14 times 64. We have two numbers to the right of the decimal. I would like you to press pause and solve this, please. Okay, so you should have gotten that area equals 296 hundredths. And we said area is always unit squared. Our unit we measured with here is centimeters, so centimeters squared is our final answer. Let's try this again. Here we have find the area of the circle. This time we have a line that goes from one end of the circle, one edge of the circle, to the other through the center. That is the definition of diameter. So let's solve this. We have our formula of A equals pi r squared. Now notice we have radius, but yet our problem gave us diameter. Remember, we have a formula for diameter that says diameter equals, we have a formula for radius that says radius equals diameter over 2. So if we plug in our diameter, we have radius equals 14 over 2. 14 over 2 is the same thing as 14 divided by 2. So now we have radius equals 7. So now we are ready to plug in. We don't know A, so we're going to bring that down. We do know pi, so we're going to plug that in. And now that we've solved for radius, we do know that radius is 7, and it's 7 squared because, again, this squared is on top of the r. So our first step is exponents. 7 times 7 is 49. Our formula shows us that we have 3.14 times 49. So that's what we're going to solve for. 3.14 times 49. I would like you to solve that, and when you are finished, please press play. Okay, so when you multiplied those two numbers, you should have gotten that A equals 153 and 86 hundredths millimeters. Remember, it's units. We measured in millimeters for our units squared. Let's move on. Here is number 3. Number 3, we have area equals pi r squared. area is, here we have diameter. So remember we have our radius equals d over 2 because we need to plug in radius. I would like you to try to solve this on your own. You will get a decimal for radius, so if you do, that's good. I would like you to solve this on your own, and when you have completed it, please press play. Just to check in real quick, you should have had radius equals d over 2. Radius equals 3 over 2. Radius is 1.5. So when I plug in 1.5, 1.5 squared means 1.5 times 1.5, which is what I did over here. I got 2.25. So now your next step in the formula is to solve 3.14 times 2.25. When you have finished that, please press play again. Okay, so you should have gotten A equals 4.065 units squared. Our unit is yards, so yards squared. Our next problem is where they give us our, well, this line goes from one side to the other through the center, diameter. So you will have to find the radius. And then let's look at the next one where they give us the radius. You are going to complete these two on your own. You will complete where its diameter is 7 inches, and you will complete where, well, look, this goes from the center to the outer circle, so that is radius. Once you have completed these two, you are finished, and we will check them tomorrow during our whisk chat.